Here's what I've learned after adding the Microswiss NG direct drive extruder to some random 3D printer, all in hopes of having a maintenance-free experience. One simply doesn't just build a 3D printer. There's always a dilemma, a Microswiss dilemma.
No! No!
Welcome to the latest print blog episode, and if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, this video is concluding the project I've been working on, more like dragging out now, where I was getting a 3D printer back up and printing again. As you can see, the extruder I had selected was the Microswiss NG direct drive extruder to use on this printer. Now that I've installed this extruder and I was able to use it to print a few of my parts, you've come here to see if I'd recommend it. What are my thoughts? And should you dish out your hard-earned money for the extruder? Now hold the phone. Didn't you just show this extruder working? So what's all the problems about? Well, my dear viewer, while I did get the extruder to work, it was after some aftermarket modifications were made. Let's just say I'm not gonna be able to return this extruder. Let's take a look at the design of the hot end together. Because of the direct drive nature of this extruder, we have a break in the chamber where the gears will compress onto the filament and push the filament through to another cylindrical chamber to the hot end. This is the flaw right here. This entry diameter is too small for 1.75 millimeter filament to enter. In all the attempts of loading the filament or using a retraction command, the filament dislodges and never is able to enter through this diameter again. Here's a better look. Once I removed all the filament, the entrance to the cylindrical tube chamfers upwards and creates a tiny little entry point. I had to tear apart the extruder just every time to push the filament through because I knew the loading of the filament would not work by itself. A better design would have been to create a wider diameter like a funnel to catch the filament and push it through to the hot end. But you get this instead. So what are my options? Well, since I need to get some prints done and I have a very demanding schedule, I drilled out the chamber, creating a larger diameter of entry. I know, sometimes I wonder where my strokes of genius come from. Here's how the filament will push through after the modifications were made. Ah yes, with the wider diameter now drilled, you can see just how easily that filament will slide down to the hot end. Look at that, so much mobility. Where was I? Oh yeah. Would I recommend this extruder? I would not. I know. Sounds like somebody didn't have a good time installing it and using it. So what would my final grade be for the Microswiss direct drive extruder? It is a C+. It's a C+. For $119, I had expected the Microswiss extruder to perform without any questionable drilling. But still, when I was using my printer's load command, the filament does not properly enter the chamber to the hot end, and this has been inconsistent. I don't like the 3D printed mount, which holds the cooling fan like a mile away from the metal fins to cool your filament. It's misleading to say all metal, hot end, but here's your 3D printed fan mount. Also, this Microswiss Extruder kit is not a complete finished kit. And I mean, you still have to purchase a blower fan and also the BL Touch sensor so that you have a complete working extruder. There are extruder kits that offer all of these in one package and are cheaper in price. The extruder is heavy and I have to slow down my print speed and also the travel speed so that this huge block of extruder in the weight that they call micro can move. Trust me, there's nothing small about this extruder. So with all that, that's pretty much why I'm leaning towards C- for my grade on this extruder. Well, as I mentioned, this has been me building and restoring this 3D printer and getting it to work once again. So this project is officially done, and I already have some buyer's regret. Take my advice. Maybe don't just put the Microswiss direct drive extruder on some random 3D printer to get it working again. Maybe put it on the printer it was actually designed for. You know what? I still don't even know what type of printer this was.
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
What do you guys think about the Microswiss direct drive extruder? Let me know in the comments. I thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss a new video. Go ahead and turn on the notifications bell so that you see when a new video is released. I thank you all for watching and I hope your 3D printing turns out awesome.